I never should have picked human. I knew at the moment I said it. To think of a future in this shell. Forced to cover myself with a fabric because of some outdated human morality. To say nothing of being too hot or too cold. Growing feeble with age. Losing my hair. Catching a disease. Being ticklish. Sneezing. Having an itch. A pimple. Bad breath. Having to bathe.
Too bad.
Hello and good evening. Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 13, Deja Q, first aired back in 1990, but here in 2025 on Live Long and Podcast, we're just getting started. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or catching the audio version wherever you get your podcasts, our mission to rewatch every episode of TNG continues. One omnipotent trickster, one moral dilemma, and one test of humanity at a time. Now, here's the guy who watched Q fall from godhood, Picard wrestle with trust, and Data show what true humanity looks like. I'm your host, Dave Mader. And we have, once again, an amazing panel to break this all down. Actually, one of them still to arrive. Coming in first, he wasn't invited to tonight's panel, but he's here anyway. He's not here just reading the treaties. He's mapping the motives behind every maneuver, from Ottawa to Bre'el IV. He's tracking the quiet tells, and the moment diplomacy turns into theater, it's Adam Woodward.
Hey, guys. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much, Marcel. Listen, hey, Heather, is this homage to Whoopi's hat?
Yes, it absolutely is. Thank you for clocking that. I've got my sequins. I've got my flower. Guinan is serving in this episode, serving the finger to Q.
For real. Serving his finger, too.
That's right.
Yeah, coming on here next, she's watching Picard weigh trust against the tactics and wondering if the Federation's moral high ground can survive Q's chaos. Stylish and sharp as ever, it's Heather Narduzzi.
Hello, hello. Really love this episode. Looking forward to chatting about it with all of you. And I just want to say, I can't remember if I've said this before, but in the intro, you really timed the guy with the music perfectly at the end. Well done.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, I did. I worked on that for like longer than you would think, trying to just sync it up. Exactly. And I love the dress tonight. Looking great as ever.
Thank you.
Coming in here next, he's my old Academy classmate from Starfleet Academy, a community youth worker by day and a break dancer by legacy. Whether it's spinning on linoleum or decoding Q's antics, he's bringing the rhythm, the insight, and the heart to every conversation. His name's not Jaden, but he is an Iceman. It's Marcelino Frostflow DaCosta.
He's going on. Good to be back. Thanks for having me. It's one of my favorite episodes. I think it's one of the best ever. So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Well, before we can, Marcel, we have one more panelist who looks like he just came in from the Calamarain, perhaps coming after him. He's our technologist and cynic in chief and a big fan of Q. And if Q's mortal biology doesn't add up to, or the continuum's logic doesn't feel too polished, he's already raising an eyebrow. And when the narrative looks neat, he's running the diagnostics. It's Jody Simpson.
Hello, Dave. I'm sorry I'm late.
It's okay. We had a lot of technical issues trying to sort out, so it worked out.
So working again?
Jody.
Yes. Well,
or was it Adams?
Jody, I wasn't even supposed to be here, but I heard you were coming, so I had to come on tonight.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm flattered or not, but cool.
Exactly. Well, and of course, we are talking about the Next Generation episode Q, the 61st episode overall that aired back on February 5th, 1990, directed by Les Landau and written by Richard Danis, who did not write much. And I really want to get into that in fun facts, Adam, because I think it's kind of interesting that this is such an amazing script, and he really doesn't really write for Star Trek after this, but he did.
Well, maybe he was like, listen, I nailed it. I don't need to write any more episodes for Star Trek. This was a classic.
One and done. Yeah, masterpiece. Mic drop. Go. Hey, Trek Reviewer.
Hi, Trek Reviewer. Hi, Brandon.
Hello.
Glad to have you all with us here live. So as you know, in this episode, Q is stripped of his powers by the Continuum. He's forced to live as a mortal aboard the Enterprise. And then like there's this whole other thing going on with the moon and like the planet and everything else, but that ends up not really mattering too much, as it's more about like the Calamarain. A lot of great stuff, like like everything with almost all. I think all the Q episodes are good on some level. John Delancey always brings a whole thing. You can tell in this episode, especially.
All the Q episodes are good in this series.
Yeah, in this, well, okay. Like his Deep Space Nine episodes is not the greatest.
They're garbage.
And,
what? I like it.
Not completely. I wouldn't say that.
You've gone dark on us there, Frost. Just so you know. But
can you hear me still?
We can hear you.
Yeah,
we just can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me? I'm ninja mode today, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I disagree. I think he was great still. His introduction to Deep Space Nine was pretty funny.
I agree.
Let this go.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a really fun concept for an episode where, like you give this omnipotent trickster like a humanity. I think it was really smart pairing him up with Data in this episode, and how that dynamic really plays out throughout the whole thing.
Human lessons from the android. Love it.
Yeah.
Totally. How and how they look at Q after that. How many times did Q appear in TG?
Adam, that's a fun facts mission for you. How many times did Q appear on TNG? Brandon asks.
On it.
You guys don't know this?
6, 8.
Do you know it off the top of your head, Jody?
I'm very upset that you guys don't know this. As
How
I'm currently
rude.
scrolling through IMDb. But
No Google. No ChatGPT.
8 episodes.
8. Yeah.
Only 8.
Yeah. Said 8.
Well, there was how many seasons? 7?
7.
It's like 1 per.
Well, I guess they didn't want to overuse them because I think.
Okay, so he was in Encounter for Point, Hidden Q, Q, Deja Q, Cupid, True Q, Tapestry, and All Good Things.
Yeah.
So is that 9?
Was that 9?
8.
No, that's 8.
I mean, Encounter 4 Point was 2. So
I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Yes.
What's going on?
Great.
What is happening?
Who is that?
there you go.
Okay, I just muted Frost, so it's obviously.
Yeah, it's Marcel. We're getting a lot of interference.
Norman's got some info for us. He appeared most seasons, 1 time a season. He did not appear in season 5, but appeared in season 1 twice.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Norman. You got
and season 6 twice. Listen, Norman, I think you're coming for Adam's fun facts job.
No,
did.
Thank you for your help.
But we save that to the end. Let's get on with the episode.
Well, we talked enough about. I had a couple of things I wanted to touch on first, if I may. But oh boy,
I was trying to unmute him, but he's still loud.
This is the thing with the phones. I'm like, does it work? Yeah, I'm like,
phones is always a bad idea.
It works, but not really consistently. And yeah, it's just a lot of mic.
It sounds a little bit better.
I can try to cut out his. Hey, Marcel. Marcel. Okay.
Q got him.
I don't know what to do. All right. Well,
I don't know what to do either.
We're off track here, so this is
it's
more
derailed.
No more. I'm having a no phone policy, I think, from now on. So
no phone policy.
like, because it's just like I never know what's going to happen. right? Like it's just you get this kind of stuff, and when you're doing it live, this is how it goes. All right. Well, the other thing I love about this episode is Corbin Burnson's scene cameo, another version of Q. I really wish they would have brought him back. I
love just how the two of them embraced each other too. They're like, "Hi Q, hi Q,"
and they're very similar but different, and there's just a lot going on there. I really enjoy that, and this idea of the Calamarain, the quick little, even like Whoopi Goldberg's one little scene in the episode is good.
Mm-hmm.
But can I just mention too, Dave, is this just the amount of lines that just we quote forever out of this episode?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like
There's
so many things. Like there's I'm not like the app. That's why I would say about the script, like the writer of this episode, like the fact that he didn't go on to do more is a kind of a too bad, because it is so good. He did so well with these particular characters.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I pulled so many sound clips here, more than I pull for an average episode, because it's mostly all Q every time John Delancey says this or that or the next thing. So, all right,
and it's
here we
really
go.
too bad, I mean, to Jody's point, that they didn't have that playful Q in Picard. It was a different character and a different.
He was an old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Marcel, you can hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, that's much better.
We can.
Thank
All
goodness. Sorry, guys. It's been a funny day. We're back, though. Interference.
We're back.
We back.
We back. Okay, well, we can jump into the episode breakdown and see everything we can talk about here. So, if you will,
I just have to ask: is that your head hair coming out of the hoodie, or is that your beard?
It is. It's my head hair. It kind of looks like a beard.
Okay.
It's a hybrid.
Anyway, I'm like, I don't think he has a beard.
Super beard. I just pull it
You've
out.
had beards over the years, but
I've had long ones, big ones, small ones.
How do we know we're
1969 says, how do we know that we're watching this live? I'm reading it live. Of course, this is going to be the same thing on the playback. So you just don't know, man.
At this point, you don't know.
It was live when we taped it.
So. It was live when we were here, but you may not be here while we are live.
Yeah. Right, Adam had touched his camera. So
I'm here. Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
Adam's eating. That's usually the code.
Oh, okay.
He's eating while he's here.
No, I'm not. I'm hot.
He's hot.
Oh, he had
to pat down.
He didn't want to take his sweater off on camera.
They are live and not AI.
How do we know? How do we know?
Number one, would AI make this face? I don't think so. I would be a lot prettier.
You need some extra fingers, Jody.
Extra fingers.
I don't know what you're referring to. I just don't. I don't get it. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, with no further ado, let's jump into this episode. As we start off here, the Enterprise at a planet called Bre'el IV. The moon is descending from its orbit and threatening to crash into the highly populated world below. We get to meet these aliens, the Bre'elians, I guess, who are, I don't know, like fish people almost to me. Yeah, I feel like they were all dubbed or something. Their lines as well.
I don't think they can really move their mouths that much in this makeup.
No, so I feel like it was dubbed after. But so they're trying to save this planet. They don't know what's up with the moon. They just know it's out of orbit and it's going to crash into the planet, kill everyone, or really damage them. So Picard and the Enterprise crew are trying to work out the problem. And they try to get Jody on it. Jordy's got some ideas, but he mentions that it might not work. I love his metaphor here.
It'd be like an ant pushing a tricycle, a slim chance at best.
An ant pushing a tricycle is not a slim chance. It's a no chance, I think, in probability.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the best analogy to explain that, I guess.
He's like, well, I guess there's a slight chance. No, an ant can't push a tricycle, so no. I don't think there was.
But you know what though? This in itself is a good little story.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't play the entire episode because that would be a copyright violation.
So right. Yes. I can play. I show images and I play some audio clips, but I don't
play audio clips less than I think 20 seconds before.
Yeah, try to do it. Yeah. So that I don't have the big brother coming down on us. Anyway,
please don't sue. All right.
Yeah, well, it's not about suing, but anyway, so they're trying to push the tricycle with the ant here, I guess. The Enterprise pushing with the tractor beam. It's not really doing much. And then I think all of a sudden they hear like this loud ringing from hell that's coming around. It's very
they all got a
distracting.
bad case of like bright tinnitus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're trying to like, well, we're trying to do this one thing, and they're like, they're still trying to carry on with the mission, even though this loud ringing is that they can't explain.
Even
which I
when
find-
Jody acts like he's, excited, he's not excited. It's so weird. He always looks like he's angry.
Yeah, it's hard to see with the glasses.
He's very
Yeah.
intense.
The visor.
Yeah.
We used to call them hair clips back in the day, but
Banana clip.
banana clip.
Banana
That's
clip.
it. Yeah.
All right, and just
Well,
as
I think I've seen LeVar Burton say in interviews that it was challenging for him because his eyes are covered all the time, and that's a big part.
Yeah, he had to see
of
through
acting,
little dots.
well, not just like him being able to see, but him being able to like communicate with his eyes. I think a lot of that's taken away. So he has to do a lot with his mouth and his other facial muscles.
Yeah,
Well, and
because
he's
like when you
certainly
see him
not-
in the movies, it's like it's so much different. 'Cause you can
He's also
like,
like,
see his
really good at
expression.
throwing himself around turbo lifts and then through engineering.
He's a good physical actor.
Window
Absolutely.
doors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, that
Well,
many
he was
hours
in
a day.
Roots, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And Reading
I imagine
Rainbow.
it give you a headache, eh? You like a
You know
headache.
how
if you got
how
that thing on
crazy
your
those
face.
kindergartners get.
One at a time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so just as this loud ringing is going, Worf's like, it's not even on the sensors. According to the sensors, there's no loud ringing. But then all of a sudden, who flashes out from a Q flash? Q himself. And he's just floating there naked, with a carefully placed.
Yeah, we almost got a full ass cheek there.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
risky.
was pretty
for 1990.
risque. Yeah.
Yeah, this is way before NYPD Blue was showing off the bum. But that came a couple years later. As here's
The
Q.
Pioneers, the bum pioneers.
Yeah, and like
Bum
Q.
pioneers.
Well, I remember in an interview, John Delancey was talking about this, and they're like, "Were you actually naked?" And he goes, "No, I had like a little tiny like cod piece kind of thing on," but he's like, "But my entire ass was exposed." And he goes, "All the stagehands and everything, they all saw it."
You just get like the flesh colored sock basically.
Yeah,
That's
and
what you
apparently, like when they were like hoisting him up and all that, because obviously he was hoisted up, but apparently like a lot of people were just like they were just laughing hysterically, so like they had to shoot this scene like 1,000 times.
That's got to feel good when you have to be naked at work and people are laughing.
And people are laughing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
Exactly. But it's a really fun intro and teaser because we got Q naked on the ground.
Looking
Picard
all
is looking at
excited.
so close.
We know what Picard's looking at, and so does Q. Look at that smile.
Oh, yeah, that's a
He's
spirit.
like, check it.
He doesn't need omnipotent powers to know what Picard's thinking.
I believe Q has got a big U, and he was Picard was looking at his pee.
Perhaps.
No, Jody, alphabet innuendo.
So Picard is like, "Oh, great! This is not my favorite day at work." Anyway, so that is our teaser for the episode.
I think it kind of was though. Go back that slide. Look at him. He's not grimacing.
He
He's more
doesn't
curious.
dislike it.
Yeah,
he's
he-
it's
he's
kind of
like, "What
neutral,
now?
but
What now? What's the new game today?"
yeah. Yeah. But anyway,
I don't want to know.
So after the credits, we get the captain's log where he's like, "Q is here, and he's claiming he has no powers." And I saw his dick.
But he's always a liar. Basically, is what the whole log said. But he's always a liar, so we're not trusting him.
How awesome would that scene have been if he had just been like you could actually see him naked there, floating there for a second? It'd be so funny. Anyway, so coming back off of it, Geordi's like, well, they're still trying to work out this moon issue. So Picard's talking to LaForge, but then we got here. Now John Delancey Q has been giving clothes. I'm getting more of a profile of his cod piece than I did before. Maybe uncomfortably.
Joke's
so.
on you. He's not wearing it there.
This reminds me of like what Danny DeVito wore in
He's
like
freeballing.
Batman Returns when he was like that. Like,
No
yeah.
ass stains though.
Yeah, and just some great lines.
Did
He
they
says,
find the ugliest clothes they could find for him?
No.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
and you know what? Whoever gave Q those clothes was like, "Listen, trickster god, you've played enough tricks. Here's a stupid jumpsuit for your."
These
surprised they
aren't
didn't just
my
give him, like-
colors.
Yeah.
I'm
getting
just
done
surprised they
right
didn't give
now.
him like Wesley's like rainbow sweater. That would have been amazing.
That would have been better than this.
yeah.
That would have been.
And everyone doesn't believe Q because Q's tricked them so many times here. Like, I love how he's just like,
What are you blathering about, Riker?
"What are you talking about, Riker? Leave me alone." And they're just like, well, "Q, we're not putting up with any of this crap." He's like, I have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Moon, like whatever mission the Enterprise is on, that's not why he's here, and he has no interest in it whatsoever. He's been stripped of his powers and kicked out of the continuum, and is very like indifferent to whatever the Enterprise is working on. But that's playing out here. Picard always impatient with Q, as are most of the crew, and he's going on here. It's like, "Oh, it could be great use to you," and whatever else. Some great lines here, just about how
Because in all the universe, you're the closest thing I have to a friend, Jean-Luc.
yeah, that's why I came here. I had to go somewhere. I had to be turned into. I could have been turned into a flea. I could have been turned into a Klingon, whatever.
Yeah, the best thing about this line though is when they cut back to Picard, and Picard's just
Right.
got like kind of
His
like this
face.
look on his face, like,
Covering his-
yeah, okay,
He's like, "This
Yeah.
sucks." It's just
I'm
like
your buddy, sure, okay.
Picard's
That's
not
like memes.
prepared for this today.
Yeah.
And I think they eventually this is where he says this is
It even has pleats. Ugh.
yeah, it's not. It's bad. Even like Corbin Burnson later's like, "Ugh, like what is this?" Because he's just copying what John Delancey's wearing, but he's not. happy
There's
with
the old,
There's
there's
the
the
meme.
old face palm meme right there.
it.
Uh-huh.
Right.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He can't even believe what he's hearing right now.
No, he's registering as human according to data with the tricorder, and all of this. So they said, well, if you are a human, maybe we should throw you in the brig. And Worf's all about it here.
Die.
What must I do to convince you people? Die.
Die.
Best thing Worf has ever done.
It's the best
Eat any
line.
good books lately?
Love
Reading
it.
good books lately. I love that.
Some good stuff. He's throwing out their insults. What are you blabbering on about Riker? And he's just like, this is like everything else.
I also like later on when
Worf's
Q's
so
like,
happy.
you were a lot more fun when you didn't have that beard.
Stolid. You weren't so stolid
That's right.
before the beard
Yeah.
breaker.
Yeah.
like it's clear like the cast and the characters are having fun with this situation,
Yes.
and like that's translating across on both
Even
ends
Worf
of the
is
camera.
smiling. Like,
Yeah, delighted, Captain.
Delighted,
He's so happy.
Captain.
Delighted. He's so happy to take him away.
And then he puts him in the terminal.
Yes,
He's like, "Hey, I'm
funny.
claustrophobic," you know, all these other
So
things.
funny.
Like John Delancey, he's just never shuts up. He's just this like kind of, what are you blabbering on about Q? Accessory to
For real.
murder. 18 people died. Well, yeah, this is the first time they're seeing him again since the encounter with the Borg. Yes,
Yeah.
where 18 people died. It's not safe out here. Blah, blah, all that speech he gave in that episode. But now it's more lighthearted. They're throwing him down the brig, and he's just. I played this at the top where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have pimples now in old age, and my hair's gonna
Right.
come out." And Worf's just like,
Gonna
"Too
lose all
bad."
Bad. You don't get
Going
no
along
one-
here.
Worf doesn't care because he already has like the world's largest hair, receding hairline, so it doesn't really matter.
He's got a
And
turtle
he
on his head.
still manages to get a dig in at Worf where he's like, I have to do this and that. And then he gets right up close to Worf and goes, and bathe.
And bathe.
Too bad. And they say, "Oh, I should have picked Klingon."
In my heart of hearts, I am a Klingon, Worf. If you would speak to the captain on my behalf, I would be eternally grateful. Which doesn't mean as much as it used to, I admit.
Be quiet or disappear back where you came from.
I can't disappear. Any more than you could win a beauty contest.
Oh, you're just throwing them around. It's so good. This new like detention center cell that they set that they built for the hunted, be getting some good use here again. It won't be the last. Where they're like, "If you could talk to the captain on my behalf," and then like they just lock the cell here. I think he even calls him a Romulan as Worf
Yeah,
tries to walk
exactly.
out.
Romulan.
Romulan. Ah, I should have picked Romulan. He says this keeps coming up in the script. I would have liked
He
to
just
see
makes me
Q.
laugh, man. This whole episode, his whole vibe.
He's so good. He's so funny.
He's great. Yeah.
It's weird. It's kind of weird to me that like John Delancey never did more like comedic roles. He's always a lot of his other roles are very serious.
Yeah, if you look at his IMDb, like almost everything is like a drama or an action thing.
Yeah, he's
So
very good at it.
He did a great few episodes on Breaking Bad as James'
Yes.
father, Donald Margolis.
Yeah. But that was a very serious role too. He would.
Yes, exactly. No jokes there.
No jokes there.
No.
And The Rock's a Cradle.
He is in that movie, right? He's like a doctor.
He's the creepy doctor. He's
the creepy doctor.
The doctor who assaults her. Oh,
Right.
I forgot about that. Blech.
Yeah. So anyway,
Crazy.
he's. So then we
his
got
old tricks.
Picard and Riker talking up in the ready room, like they don't believe Q, but they're like, they almost like, what do we have to continue? They think that he might be messing with the moon. Like they think it might be all related to him. But they're like, what can we do? We have to keep doing our jobs like we normally would do. What choice do we have? Maybe he's behind it, maybe he's not. It's kind of beside the point. It's out of our control. Anyway, so they're talking to the aliens that they're going to try another attempt at moving the tricycle with the ant, but then all of a sudden we get this flash of white light, and the white energy's coming on here. What the devil is that?
What the devil?
I would speculate we are being probed.
We're being probed, everyone.
We haven't got to the devil episode yet, have we?
No.
No.
Yeah. Jordy's
No,
like,
I love that
yeah.
one, though.
With the lady.
Yeah.
I love that one. Devils do our job.
Devils do, yeah.
And
Wow,
we see
forgot
Q
about that.
sleeping in his cell. He's unaffected by this bright white light, so that's good for him. As we see like this piece of energy, like kind of hover above him ominously as we go to this is like one of our commercial breaks right here, and then we come back later on.
I'm just so glad he put his leg down while he was sleeping. Things are going to spill over.
Very strategic
on that thigh. Yeah.
Yeah, with that material.
That's a healthy way to sleep.
Mm-hmm. There
Yes.
you go.
Ardra, that's it.
Ardra.
I just said that.
Thanks, Norman. Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
God
So
damn
this
it.
is when Picard comes to see Q in the things. He says,
Oh, you've come to apologize. How nice.
All's
forgiven.
All's forgiven. I forgive you. What's going on, Q? I need to know. Tell me what's happening.
But how can I know what's going on? I've been in this dungeon of yours, alone, helpless, bored to tears.
So the funny thing is here is like the whole primary story is like pushed aside now.
Yeah,
The
it
mission-
doesn't matter. It's all about Q.
It's all
You
about
know?
Q.
It's all about Q. And they say, well, what was this white light? Everything else. First, they talk about his terrifying experience.
I've been entirely preoccupied by a most frightening experience of my own. A couple of hours ago, I realized that my body was no longer functioning properly. I felt weak. I could no longer stand. The life was oozing out of me. I lost consciousness.
You fell asleep.
Oh, terrifying. How can you stand it day after day?
You get used to it.
I don't know if I ever had to get used to being asleep, but I kind of empathize because I don't love sleep either, and I'm like, yeah, it's a terrifying experience every time.
This guy just doesn't give a shit about him.
No,
and
he has no F's to give.
I mean, that's true though, right? The last time we saw him, the Borg, and we all know how that went.
Right.
Oh,
Well, so
right.
yeah, even Picard should be
Same.
more cross with him in that sense, but
Yeah,
they
dude.
try and keep the episode late, I think too. So anyway,
sure.
but as Picard's ready to walk out, this is where Q's like, he runs into the force field and he's like, use me, like I have all this knowledge. I have like I even though I don't have powers, you can put me to use.
In this
like,
puny mind.
in this puny tiny mind, I can do something else with his IQ of like.
One of the boys with an IQ of 2005.
That's pretty high. So, so then Picard calls Data down to be the Q Wrangler, basically, and like he has to watch. He's like, for the rest of this very important mission, where we could definitely use your abilities, Data. Your job is to watch Q. And Data's like, okay, I'm on it. Could have been Counselor Troy. It could have been somebody else, but they give it to Data here.
Perfect liaison.
Yeah.
He's
I think-
not biased.
Right. Because Data doesn't have that same animosity that the other crew members all do towards Q because he doesn't have emotions.
And he can't be duped by Q with his illusions, right? If he's not telling the truth.
But don't you love how Picard picks Data for these kind of missions, like these kind of guests? You know, one of my friends was talking about Hutch the other day, and remember that episode where Data goes and has to socialize with Hutch, that commander?
So good.
Yeah.
Hutch.
Yes, that's the one where they go down to the function on the planet, and
it's the guy that talks.
Just learning about small talk.
Oh, small talk.
And everybody just keeps putting them back onto Data.
And they just keep talking to each other like, the atmospheric conditions of this planet are most unusual. Yes, they are, Hutch. You know?
Oh, that guy. I forgot about him from Starship Mine. Okay, gotcha. I remember now.
And then Data starts trying to do that to crew members. And they get frustrated with him. Yeah.
Like, who can be the best at, like, meaningless, boring small talk? Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's all there. Anyway, so they put Data and Q are going along here together. Interesting dynamic as they head to engineering, and they have an interesting conversation along the way where he's like, talking about getting to know Data, how he wants to be human. He's like, these humans are not important, and you should not want to be like them, and kind of everything else. But he doesn't feel.
He's like, why do you want to be them? They suck.
Yeah, he's like, I don't feel. He's like, I was like, you feel envious for them? He's like, I can't feel envy. He's like, well, good luck, good thing for that at least, because I would never want that for you. Everything else, but
which in my opinion is like the most important moment of the episode, which sets up the punchline later. Is this whole like acknowledgement of the value of being human that he discovers later when he learns humility.
Right.
Yeah.
And he sees something through Data, because he'll go on to say, like, Data, like, there are many beings and creatures in this universe that would look at you as the ultimate ideal. You can't feel pain, you don't have the feelings, and you have this powerful brain, and you theoretically can live forever, and all these other things. Like, to aspire to be a human is a very interesting choice from Q's perspective as well. Anyway, so then we head to engineering where they're trying to figure out how to fix this moon situation, and
that
the whole thing, the whole main thing. And like, again, we're brought right out of it as they're like, this is incredible, I have an idea. He's like, you see something, Q? He's like, my back hurts, this sucks. I can't move. They call for emergency medical assistance, and and just like the annoyance here. I think Crusher gets called here.
This is so funny reaction.
Oh yeah, just the way she treats him here. It's because he's seeing her for the first time since she's been gone since season 1. So that and I don't think they had too many reactions here. So glad to have you back here. I can't remember exactly what he says to her, but it's hilarious. Anyway, she starts scanning him. Oh yeah, he's got back spasms, and then she starts working on him here, and just like the smile on her face in this scene is hilarious. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I think she's into it.
Oh, she's into it.
He's learning the ropes.
This is the face Jane makes with me when she wants to do certain things.
Oh, nobody wants to hear about this. Nobody wants to hear about this part of your life.
I do.
All right, well, we're gonna have to talk about that off the air.
These screenshots are wild.
That's Dave right there.
Wow.
Anyway.
She's really giving it to him.
Oh yeah, she wasn't holding back. Anyway, then how are we gonna fix this? Well, just change the gravitational constant of the universe. I think. Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I thought that was so fun. Just change the gravitational constant of the universe. Just do it.
Just do it.
He's like, how do you do that?
Simple. Change the gravitational constant of the universe.
Simple.
And then he starts talking about his stomach making noises, and she's like, I think you're just hungry. He's like, what do I do about it? So this is where, Data takes Q to 10 forward. It was hard to get like a good shot of this tray that they were serving here, but this is where the food is.
Go back one. It looks like Chinese takeout and slices of lemon.
They just ran down to the ran
Craft
down to the
services?
corner there.
They did.
They're like, give me a number 3 lunch special.
Craft services is now props for the afternoon.
But from what I heard from Denise Crosby was they didn't have enough catering on the set at Star Trek, and they had to run over to Cheers and steal from their food set. At least in
Really?
season 1, that was the case. Maybe by season 3, they have more spread. But
Crazy.
Anyway, when is Jamil coming back? Well, that's a good question. He's
never left.
He never left, but we don't. Jamil likes to come for the bad episodes in particular.
Yeah, the last one he was on was Shades of Grey, and everyone hates that.
Yeah, we're right. Like most of these TNG episodes are at least halfway decent, if not amazing. So yeah, I don't know if we'll see Jamil in the imminent future, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is the great scene here where he was talking about the chocolate sundaes. This has been one of my favorite moments here. He's like, "Well, what do I do? What am I supposed to eat?"
The replicator can make anything you desire.
I'm in a dreadful mood. Get me something appropriate.
When Counselor Troy is unhappy, she usually eats something chocolate.
Chocolate.
A chocolate sundae, for example. I have seen it have a profound psychological impact.
I'll have 10 chocolate sundaes.
Jeez.
Never seen anyone eat 10 chocolate sundaes.
I'm in a really bad mood.
I've never met my daughter.
It's so odd. Like this is such a great script, everything else. And then we finally get the moment he's been dreading. He's like, I've not been looking forward to this. It's
showdown right now.
This is their second scene together. Second episode doing stuff together since Q Who the previous season with the Borg introduction. And she's like, I heard you're mortal. He keeps calling her a creature and all these other things. I'm still unclear about what Guinan's hand powers can do to him, if anything, or to anybody else.
Well, and she's from a race of watchers, so I'm not sure why she's as dangerous as he claims she is.
Yeah. And the fact she even knows, I heard, right? She goes, I heard. Me kicked out and made me wonder, like, damn, who's she like communicating with,
Yeah, this is where Data's like, well, the captain and a bunch of the crew are skeptical he's really human. She's like, oh, okay. Well, let's put that to the test. So she ends up grabbing a fork here, and just that's the fork from Undiscovered Country, right?
It looks like it.
This part is amazing.
Where she just stabs it right into his hand. Let's have a test there.
And my grandmother used to do that if you got out of line at the dinner table.
Stab you with a fork. Jeez.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it as hard as she did, though.
She's so content after.
Just a little light stabbing to keep the children in line. Perfectly reasonable.
He takes it pretty well, considering. Anyway, I can't believe Picard would make you part of the crew. And this is where she's like, this is the you're just one of the boys now here.
All of those centuries of being omnipotent.
I'm warning you, I still have friends in high places.
Frightening one race after the other, teasing them like frightened animals, and you enjoying every moment of your victim's fears.
From now on, I'll do missionary work, okay?
He's turning over a new leaf. Give him a break.
Such a missed opportunity to have him in Generations, though. He should have been in Generations
with Guinan. Put them. That would have been interesting. If he's in the Nexus or something, because of course he could, right? Go there. But they didn't write any of that in there. So
it turns out I'm going to start a support group for people who are abused by their grandmothers at dinner tables.
Okay.
Because Worldmind says my grandmother would whack our knuckles with the thick end of a butter knife if our elbows were on the table.
Yeah, but do you put your elbows on the table anymore? No.
Mm-hmm.
Good work,
He probably
man.
does it just a spider now.
That's a Nova Scotia thing, for sure.
Nova Scotia, you say? That sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the 10 chocolate sundaes are here, but Q has no appetite for them. He's not hungry anymore. My grandma loved me, kissed the top of my head. Well, that's good.
That's very nice.
Then the next scene is all about this introduction of the Calamarain, where Worf's detecting like this weird signature here coming in, plasma storm. But they figure out quickly that there's like organized patterns here, and they identify it as a life form, but they can't like speak to it. It's like these swirling flows of plasma
Who wants
energy.
to speak to a big nebula-looking thing anyway?
Well, I just thought it was a cool concept to introduce an alien species here that like Q can interact with all these other things that like Starfleet and like the Federation never would, and like that one would have a real beef with him. Makes a lot of sense because he says that earlier in the episode to Picard. You just dislike me, but others actually despise me. And this is one of those groups here.
Seems accurate.
As the Calamarain come right to 10 forward, everyone can see it coming on in as it just flies into the window, and it's Guinan who gives the name Calamarain. She's seen this before. So
every time they say the name of this species, I quiver at that episode of DS9. Yeah,
Calamarain, exactly.
Charmaine.
I always think like calamari or something when they say it, but Charlemagne. Anyway, when Q gets like grabbed here by them and like he's like almost phased out in some ways, where he's like somewhat transparent.
Well, they're like pulling him. They're basically pulling him towards them, right?
Right. They're trying to like pull him out of the ship. So Picard and Jody and all them have to get the shields up to try to compensate for this attack. He does some great little dances.
Some just rocking.
Yeah, he's got some moves.
He's rocking.
Data tries to help him. He gets kind of electrocuted here as he's trying to assist. But just then they get the shields up. They're able to kind of block the Calamarain. And with that, John Delancey just collapses here. And this is much more intense for him than the fork in his hand a moment ago. This is like he's never experienced this kind of trauma or pain or whatever.
Well, he's never probably felt pain before. So
and Guyan's loving every minute
she's
of it.
loving it, guys. She's so content. I'm gonna say.
Well, somebody said earlier, I think something like sadistic or something like that. I'm like, yeah, Guinan is kind of sadistic.
She likes to see just desserts. She takes some satisfaction, and she knows more about Q than the Enterprise crew does. She knows more about what he's done, and she has told us like not all the Q are alike. Like some are almost respectable. Like this Q, not so much. He's more of like the shit disturber, even amongst his fellow Continuum members.
And he's responsible for her race pretty much depleting, yeah?
Well, no, I don't think so. The Borg did that to her. The Borg did that.
The Borg for the most
part.
It was the Borg, but like I think somewhere in the lore, she's saying how he's connected to that in some way. Because they got some serious beef in relation.
Well, they got some serious beef. If it's related to the Borg attacking her planet or not, I'm not 100% sure. Like, but I always thought that was kind of separate things. But they both knew about the Borg. Like,
Adam, we need to get on that.
There might be some
why she's so gripey about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then sometime later, we got this conference here in the observation lounge. We can see like Q's hand shaking, it tremors. He's so scared. Right, he's like, "Oh, these Calamarain." Well, the problem with these guys is they have no sense of humor. Like something you.
And they like to dance.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Like this is what you like to do. You torture them. You torment them.
One creature's torment is another creature's delight.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's all subjective.
They simply have no sense of humor, a character flaw with which you can personally identify.
His timing is too funny. What an asshole.
Yeah,
the dialogue in this episode is so good.
It's so good. He's basically just needling at all the Enterprise crew members one by one, and they're all just giving it back to him.
Point. Yeah,
it's maybe my favorite interactions with them because he's so vulnerable. He can't just like snap them out of existence. They have all they can do is bounce off each other. Yeah. John Delancey's so great here. I agree, Sam. And this is where Data Picard puts it together. He's like, "You knew this was going to happen, you know."
You're very smart, Jean-Luc.
You're very smart, Jean-Luc. But he's like, "I knew you would be the one to save me."
But I know human beings. They're all sopping over with compassion and forgiveness. They can't wait to absolve almost any offense. It's an inherent weakness of the breed.
On the contrary, it is a strength.
Yeah, like saying like, humans are so eager to forgive me. It would be so eager to like upstand for their morals. A lot of other species might sell this guy out. Say, whatever, Q, you suck. See ya never. But then Data said like Q did contribute some great ideas in engineering, like changing the gravitational constant of the universe, which of course is impossible, but it did give Jody this other idea of what might be possible. And Troy's like, oh, well, we got a fan for you here, Q. And he's like, I'm not a fan. Data says, I'm just stating a fact. He did help us.
Got
So,
the advocate.
The advocacy class we took 20 years ago.
That's right. That's right.
So they call, to Jody down here to see if they can move things along and get Data helping or Q helping Data. So they go to their next mission here. This conversation here with Data. Sorry, does anyone remember this particular conversation with this? No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, this is where Q says it's difficult to work in a group when you're omnipotent.
Right. Yeah, he's like, this is where, Data's trying to like become like his coach in humanity, which is also kind of really funny here. He's like, maybe if you just try to get along a bit more, you'll get a lot more progress, right?
It's interesting though, because they're both trying to learn how to be human, right? So it's like the dynamic between these two are actually quite nice. I like it.
It's
back
fun.
to that conversation in the hallway the first time.
Yeah, it's basically very similar. The aliens are getting very concerned about the moon crashing into their planet. Picard's like, we're working on it. We're don't worry, we're all over it. We got a omnipotent being helping brainstorm ideas. So how could that go wrong? The other thing too that is explained, why is this moon falling out of orbit? Q did explain that it probably had to do with he's like, there's probably a black hole somewhere, and that's probably what's doing it. Like, why don't you figure out the cause and before you treat the symptom? He's like, well, we don't know what's causing it. You friggin' idiots. Let me come in here. So as Jordy's preparing for his next attempt, this is when Q shows up. He's like, okay, everyone, who wants to all listen to my greatness, my ideas here? And Jordy's like, I'm putting you on warp field monitoring duty, basically.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. He's like, what are you talking about? You can't
waste of my talents.
Yeah, waste of my talents. He's like, no, it's a perfect use of your talents. Everyone else knows what they're doing. Help me or get the hell out of here. And Q's not like, okay. Right. And Data's like, he says to Data, Q says to Data, who does he think he is? And Data's like, he thinks he's in charge, and he's right. So figure it out here, Q.
The commander. Commander for a reason.
He's the commander for a reason. So they start this next attempt to put the warp field around the asteroid so they can move it. They're like, okay, this big operation. And Q is so bored by the whole thing. He's like, who cares? They're like, warp field status. He's like, I don't know, 217, whatever the hell it is. He's so bored throughout the whole. Even when the Enterprise is nearly crashing into the planet, he's still bored. That's coming up in a moment.
He's like
here.
a teenager.
Yeah. Well, the Calamarain, they have to drop their shields in order to use their tractor beam. So the Calamarain are kind of opportunistically waiting nearby to make their next strike as they're doing their thing. And then, this is where Q's like, who do you think you are talking to me like that? He's like, get the hell out of here. And Data's like, dude, shut up. I really highly, strongly recommend you cooperate. For your own good and for all our goods. Like we can actually accomplish something here. And Q is willing to listen to Data, which is interesting too, right? He's responding to him. So he just kind of sits down here and pouts and goes back to whatever he was doing as they continue this like crazy mission. They hit the impulse engines. They're trying to move it along. It seems to be kind of working, although Q says like, this will never work. This is pointless. But he's like, you don't know what this ship can do, mister. I'll show you. And the Enterprise is nearly burning up in the atmosphere in the process. Here's where Q is just like kind of like this is as the ship is nearly going to burn up. He's just like got his arms crossed behind his head going back here. And just then the Calamarain make their next move as they flood the ship with this white light. They're going right after engineering, Worf says. And they're here for Q. They're here for their revenge as they kind of grab him up in the process. And it's all because of Data.
What a catch. MVP.
Grabs him here at the risk of his own life. He gets enveloped in the field as well. And just as Jody, buying these couple seconds is just enough time for Jody to kind of save him in the process as they all fall down here. And Data is somewhat hurt in the process. So someone later, like their Data's head's been broken open, and Q's like, he's fine. What about me? Like, can't you figure this out? But It's always interesting when they're treating Data medically, because Dr. Crusher tries to do the best she can, but she kind of needs Jody to do a lot of this because he's a machine. Whatever, I guess Riker is just here from a concerned point of view, but there's like this one moment where like Crusher's like, get the hell out of my sick bay. Like,
it's too many people.
It'd be great if you all moved along here. And there's this moment like of profound change here in Q where he's like, why would Data do that? Why would he save me? He's like, can't believe that Data would make that choice. Right. Anyway, gets taken away by security officer here. And there's a part here where Jody says to Riker, like, protecting Q is not worth it. It's not worth Data's life. It's not worth the life of the ship. It's not worth this whole planet. You know, it's kind of a cold moment here from Jody LaForge, but he's not that very sympathetic in protecting Q at all costs. If you end up killing millions, billions, whatever this could result in, right? But I don't know. Riker just kind of goes, okay, I'll talk to the captain, I guess. Whether he does or not, not sure. Later on, Picard's contemplating drinking tea, and this is where Q comes to see him. It's like, why talking about Data? Like, why would he save me? Like, I wish I could say I could do the same thing for him. And then he makes a terrible human. He's even feeling ashamed.
Yeah, this was a good. It was a human moment here.
Very human moment. And as Q's talking about it, like Picard does explain why Data would do so, but is also just very much over Q. He's just can't wait for him to leave. He's like a house guest.
He sips his tea after like that little monologue.
He's just like, glug.
This is none of my business.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care.
I don't. Yeah, he just has no F's to give. He's like, this sucks. Like, I'm trying to get a job done.
Watching him. These guys eyeing him.
So Q comes to see Data in sickbay. Data is somewhat better, but he's not able to talk yet because they're still getting his language circuits going. And he's like, hear this, android. You make a much better human than I do, for whatever it's worth, because Q has realized that he doesn't want to go on like this, but he knows that the Calamarain are going to pursue the Enterprise until it's destroyed. So he can't allow them to him. He's going to sacrifice himself in this way. So he heads off, and he's like, where's the shuttle bay? Deck 4. Now, we never get to see that main huge shuttle bay.
No.
Like, the one we see often in the show, it's like the smaller shuttle bays that are all, like, lower down in the neck, right? But the big one on Deck 4 is massive. And how he was able to steal a shuttle and get out of that bay, I have no idea. The doors alone are massive, but
if you go look back at all the times that somebody has stolen a shuttle in this series, you would think that'd be posting like some security or have a security chief, but I guess that doesn't exist on this ship.
I could buy it more from like the smaller shuttle bays, but from the main shuttle bay, it seems like that would be
probably a lot of people in there.
A lot of people bought a lot of shuttles.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's being launched, so there they go. There goes.
Listen,
Q.
maybe the shuttle bay is full of Irish people and livestock.
Oh, that's
still is. Exactly.
I think they dropped them off though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Maybe they kept some. Anyway, Q says, "Don't try to stop me, Picard. Like, this dreary existence needs to come to an end." Basically, Q's content with committing suicide because he can't go on like this. He wants 10 chocolate sundaes just to feel a little bit better. So Q, get back here.
Q will just get diabetes and die.
Okay, so I have a question, right? So the shields are still up the whole time because of the aliens, the Calamarain, or shields down at that moment? Because
they're still up,
right?
They're
So
still
this
up.
guy's trying to leave, even though shields are up. Does he know that? That's the first thing that jumped in my mind. I was like, oh shit.
It's a good point because he shouldn't,
So
the
then
shuttle would
later
bounce
on,
up the shields.
Well, the shields were extended at this point.
they were
so
extended. They start to get extended.
maybe he's still flying in that extension.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Worf lowered the shield so he could leave. He's like, good, get rid of him.
Yeah, he's like, go and die.
Had no idea. He's just gonna go like that.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, but Q's getting away here. So Picard's like, no, we gotta try to save him, right? And even Riker's like, really? Do we have to try to save him? Riker is so over it. He's so disgusted. He's so pissed off, and they all are to a varying degrees. But Riker's got maybe the most of anybody. Maybe Worf. So
Die.
Yeah, but like here, look at Q's track record. I wouldn't be bending over to help this fella either, really.
Right. But
For
Picard's
sure,
willing.
trust
Picard's
him at
willing to
all.
do a little bit more, and Picard goes, "It's a perfectly good shuttle. Come on. We have to try to save the shuttle at least." And
Well,
beam
they
it
can
in here.
replicate another one.
As the Calamarain are coming after Q in the final moments here. Yeah, this is what he says. It's a perfectly good shuttle. But Worf says, I can't extend the shields. I can't do anything. Jody can't get a tractor beam. He can't get a transporter lock. There's nothing. And they can't explain it. What could be causing this? Right. And this is where we get the introduction of Q2, played by Corbin Burnson, who pops in here. I do kind of feel like this scene is really dated here because it's very clear that John Delancey is not reacting in real time because this is like a green screen overlay. And so when you watch it back, for me, like especially in the first few moments, it's clear that's it's a bit of a disconnect. But eventually, it kind of syncs up, and then these two are just playing off each other, in the scene. Both wearing
notice that until you brought
I
it
think
up.
they're probably wearing the same outfit too. They probably only made one of them.
Wow, all these years, years, and I had no idea.
Yeah, he's like, Q, what are you up to? And
I love how the two of them interact, though. It's like Q. He's like Q.
I would love to get more versions of Q because I think it was as iconic as John Delancey is. I think you could do
in one of the books, which I know you don't consider canon.
It's not just me. Like it's just...
Well, I know, but you're the only one here that would definitely, argue that. But I believe that they did mention that there is like multiple Qs and they're multiple dimensional as well, and there's a whole sort of
right. Like I read like Q.
Like there's infinite Qs for infinite dimensions or something.
Yeah, which makes sense. So and they explored a little bit of that in Voyager, but
they did. Yeah.
Anyway, so the Qs are here, and he was like, Q, you've always had my back, right? And he was like, no, actually, I'm the one who kind of sold you out and told them the Q continuum to strip you of your powers. He's like, every time I go to a solar system, I got to answer for you, and you're always like trashing our name and everything else. And
I like the line where he's like, I wasn't the one that lost that asteroid belt.
He's like, yeah. He's like, no, but you're not so perfect yourself, right? He was like, yeah, but the whole thing here is that the whole self-sacrificing yourself to protect the humans, that's kind of a problem, And he mentions like, we can't let you die now, and he's like, it was very noble and self-sacrificing of me, wasn't it? Yeah, he's so thrilled with himself.
Well, the thing about Q is he's always the most proud of himself, right? So it's
he got the humble pie pretty bad, so it was like a genuine moment of feeling joy there.
Because you really think about how Q was set up as like this really antagonistic villain, and then they do a lot to give him this redemption arc in this episode.
And then going forward, all the episodes that he comes out with after are generally more just kind of nuisance episodes. They don't.
Well, there's like the
he doesn't
Robin Hood
endanger
one.
anybody.
The Robin Hood one, he does put them at risk. He's like, you can die here in this Robin Hood simulation because he was all fascinated with Picard's obsession with love. And then when he brings
not a merry man.
And when he comes back in the finale and All Good Things, right? How
you were never not on trial.
You were never not on trial. This antagonistic relationship, but he's like, but then by the end of the episode, he was trying to help Picard understand the paradox to fix it himself, and so he's a really complicated, interesting character in a lot of ways, and they use him so well on the show. Anyway. Q gets his powers back in this moment. He's like, don't go messing around and don't go giving us a bad name anymore, Q, as he pops away.
And the first thing he does.
First thing he does,
is he changes his outfit.
He was tired of wearing that thing, and we were all
I'm tired of my balls flying around.
Yeah, exactly. Very happy with that. And then he grabs the Calamarain out from space and brings them into the shuttle. He's like, oh, you think I messed with you before? Just wait until now. But then Q2 says, hey, man, none of that anymore. You're going to be a good little Q, aren't you?
You're a changed man, aren't you?
Yeah, I was just making sure you were paying attention. Okay.
I love the floating head of Corbin Burnson here.
That's good.
Peak late 80s, early 90s effects.
It's straight Mortal Kombat toasty.
Yes.
Toasty.
Toasty. That's him. And then he just blows those cats away.
Yeah, little blow away. They say, oh, well, we can't. The shuttle's gone. Q's the Calamarain are gone. We don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, well, I guess Q's dead.
And all of a sudden, the orbit of that moon is good now.
They're all kind of like, I guess Q's dead. Well, that's all right. Guess that's how you gotta go. And just have they mentioned that the orbit's better now? Yeah, maybe. But then Q shows up with the mariachi band. What a great moment in Star Trek.
Funny.
When he wants to celebrate the trumpet, and just Worf's reaction in the corner where he's just in complete despair. You can't believe it. He's like,
Dave, I'm gonna just jump a fun fact in here because this scene was actually filmed. They couldn't get through it because the whole cast was reacting to it as they were filming it. Nobody could keep a straight face. So finally, the director just pulled it back and did everybody from behind. And what you see here is with Worf, his head is down because he could not keep a straight face.
Yeah. Michael Doherty can't stop laughing. Right?
I love that.
That's
so good. Like the whole moment here where they pop in the cigars into their mouths and everything else. That's a great one. It doesn't last for very long.
But you have to admit, though, Picard looks like he's a gangster boss in this scene.
Oh, he does.
It's like, I'm going to get Tony to go get you.
Yeah. He's like, I feel like celebrating. I don't. He gives Riker the ladies. Here.
Yeah, whichever one, I don't buy this at all. Like Riker would be like, "Oh, okay, this is cool."
He doesn't really object. It's more Picard that's.
Riker is all about consent, and Q put these women here out of nowhere for him. Riker's like, "Listen, bud, I can get my own women."
Yeah, he's like, I can.
Although this blonde's hair is amazing,
it
love
is
it.
hot.
Yeah, she looks good. You were so stoic before the beard. Like that's a great line too.
Yeah,
you were.
So then Riker's perplexed by that comment too. He's like, what? Really?
Puts the ladies here with Worf, and he's less object.
Worf's like, you don't have enough ridges.
Can we just
you'll get broken.
Look at?
Oh, I already am.
The brunette's half cup.
Wow,
like that is a lot of under boob for late 80s prime time, y'all.
Yeah, I feel like at the cleavage going on and the side boob going on over here on the other side there. That's pretty crazy.
Cleavage is one thing, but under boob is very racy.
We've had like partial nudity. We got John Delancey's partial butt showing and everything else.
I know this show is
very risky episode.
Let's go. Absolutely. But yeah, Picard's like, I'm done with this. I don't like it. So
his reaction's the best.
He's like, all right, take the whip. But then he leaves the cigars in their hands.
Cigars.
Yeah, they still got the cigars, everything else. And he's like,
lighten up, guys. Celebration time.
He reveals the guy's powers back, and then he goes, "Oh, Data, I got a present for you." He's like, "Don't make me human." He's like, "Oh no, I would never curse you by making you human."
I'm never gonna do that to you.
That's a great line too. He's like, here's a little parting gift as he vanishes, and we got the great laugh here from Brent Spiner.
Data. So great at just overdoing it though. Like, yeah, he's just so good in this episode for that.
And they all get to watch him just crack up, and he's like, "We think it's over," and then he keeps going. Oh, it's a really endearing moment. Still holds up. Even Troy's like, "That was nice,"
Yeah.
You see Data's feelings there.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I wonder if she felt that.
Yeah, if she could actually, feel his emotions, because we know when he does get the emotion chip later that she can, or when Lore does have the emotions, she can sense emotions from androids. How I don't know, but it's all good. Jody unfortunately puts an end to that laugh. He's like, "Why are you laughing, Data?" I don't know, but it was wonderful, and he loved it. Well, not loved it, but he thought it was great. And then the aliens call, "Hey, you saved our moon! You saved our planet! Great job, Picard!"
That's a nice jacket, by the way. Kind of fly.
Yeah.
Oh, the ridges on the side.
I just want to know how these people eat.
Pretty good. What do you think? Remember that one alien race where they had the tubs on the transport?
Yeah, that fish chum. It was like Mick Fleetwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was Mick Fleetwood though. Yeah.
Great job, Picard. You're awesome. Peace.
Does Wakanda?
I don't know what you did, but thank you. And then they just hang up.
The cross arm. They hang up, and so another moment here, and Picard's like, they're all like, "Yeah, the orbit's great, everything's going well again," and he just looks at it like, "I didn't do shit. Like we didn't do anything here. Like, you know, I knew because Q showed up, this all kind of resolves and no one dies. So that's great.
To get the commission. Because he has to report all that shit. So he's going to be annoyed with the fact that it happened, you know? It wasn't them that fixed it.
He won't be getting a medal for this or a commendation for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they set a course for wherever they're going to next. And he's like, well, maybe there is some humanity in Q after all, right? He's about to give the engage order, and then all of a sudden, the cigar is back. Q's in the smoke. Don't be so sure, mon capitan. And it's as he flux away here and leaves the cigar, just like smoke it, you know.
Smoke that blunt.
Smoke that. Maybe it's a big blunt. Maybe that's
that
really
blunt.
what it is.
Some dude, he can't do it.
He doesn't have anything. Actually, yeah. Anyway, so that is our. Those are the screenshots for the episode, and that is the conclusion.
Amazing.
Yeah, great episode. Really, really, really good. Adam, would you hit us with some fun facts that you haven't shared already?
Sexy fun facts with Adam.
Fun facts
in his Hawaiian shirt.
Sexy fun facts with Adam.
Oh yeah, sexy. All right, go ahead.
Are we ready?
Oh, maybe.
Yes, I am. Give it to me, Adam.
Oh no, I lost you. Oh yeah, I'm still. Whoa.
No, we didn't lose you.
No,
I'm still here.
You're still here.
We see
Okay,
you.
give me. All right, I'm just going.
gotta
Okay,
get a
here we go.
bar here.
All right. So this is okay. After several unsuccessful attempts by director Les Lando to film Q's nude scene without forcing the actor to be actually naked, a frustrated John Delancey finally asked anyone offended by nudity to leave, strip down, and then film the scene in one take.
Yeah. Professional.
But that was only after 1,000 times. Did they try it?
Yes.
Apparently. Yeah.
This is actually John Delancey's favorite appearance as Q. He reportedly said that he had legitimate fun on the set. It was also his last appearance before the release of Taking Care of Business in 1990, where he appeared with Next Generation co-star Gates McFadden.
I think I remember that movie. Like, I think I saw it.
As you guys all said, this is the episode that contains the Picard face palm, which became an internet meme. The mariachi band playing the folk song La Paloma, which is Spanish for the dove. The English version is called No More and was made popular by Elvis Presley in Blue Hawaii in 1961.
Oh,
one of my mom's
No More?
favorite.
It's called. Is that? I've seen Blue Hawaii many times. I'm trying to remember that song. But...
Crazy.
John Delancey actually filmed this nude scene standing up, right, in front of a blue screen. His horizontal position was a special effect created in post-production with Captain Picard positioned strategically in front of him.
Strange. I wonder why they did that.
So they didn't bother to hover him then.
Float him. I see. Floating naked man is probably not as good.
Q2 is never
Production
referred.
set.
Yeah. Q2 is never referred to that as on screen. It was just a post-production or production purposes in order to differentiate the two of them.
But in the Star Trek card game that I played in the 90s, which was like similar to Magic the Gathering, there was a card for Corbin Burnson, and it was called Q2.
Yeah,
Q2.
I remember that.
As a thank
we
you,
knew each other back then, Dave, we could have played that card game.
I was big into it for a while. Go ahead, Adam.
As a thank you gift to Data, Q gives him the gift of laughter. And this is not the first time we've seen Data laughing. In Manhunt, 1989, Wesley, Commander Riker, and Data are joking about Captain Picard's reaction to Deanna Troy's mother. And Data is laughing along with the others. Although Data may have pantomimed the laughing in the past, he states that in Deja Q that he does not know what laughter feels like. And now he does. So this gift is granted... gives Data the knowledge of what laughing really feels like, and not just mimicking laughter.
Right? Yes, he could physically do it. Like, he could simulate it, but he wouldn't feel it. Right? You know. So that was kind of like the connection here that Q makes.
A bit of a goof here at the beginning of the episode. The moon is said to be just 500 kilometers off the planet. A moon that close would have already caused significant damage to the planet due to its gravitation.
Yeah, like that seems strange to me too, because our moon is what, like 300,000 kilometers from the planet.
Right, and look what it does to the tides. Like, yes.
Yeah. But it also looked like it wasn't a massive moon. Like you think of those two moons that Mars has that are basically just big asteroids. But they're actually much smaller than the moon, right? So I kind of felt like that's what kind of moon this was.
Too much asteroid talk on this channel.
I know.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if like maybe the density of the atmosphere or like the materials in the core like is impacting that, where it can take a bit more than in comparison with ours, Like by our standards, we'd be crushed, but maybe over there, it's not as bad.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the size of the planet, but yeah, the kilometer distance, yeah, for sure. But it does seem pretty close. But I think they're trying to make it seem like this thing is about to crash into the planet.
Yeah, they said what 29 hours when they met them.
Yeah, I think
last 8 hours.
Yeah, when Riker suggests blowing the moon up, Data says it would have the same mass. While this is true, the smaller pieces may well burn up going through the planet's atmosphere, and would have lots of smaller impacts that would be less devastating than one large impact. And this is the first time that Q appears in an updated Starfleet uniform, introduced for season 3, if only for a season.
He's always in the older one.
Yeah, it was, right, because he finally gets that uniform at the very end of this episode, but he hadn't worn that new style yet.
Right. Wow. Yeah, he gets a collar with the pips on the collar.
Mm-hmm. Mandarin collar.
I love how he always makes himself a captain.
Right.
One time he made himself an admiral, and that's when Picard's like, "You don't outrank me. We can be the same, but no more. None of you being an admiral."
Right.
Yeah. In one scene, Berthold rays are referenced. Berthold rays are a form of deadly radiation that can cause living animal tissue to disintegrate. They were integral in the plot of the original series episode, "The Side of Paradise."
Wow,
crazy.
The title is based on the phrase of deja vu, the experience of feeling that one has witnessed an experienced or a situation previously, as we all know. Okay, the Calamarain were an intelligent, non-corporeal life form that existed within the swirls of ionized gas. Their language could not be processed through the universal translator due to lack of reference, but for establishing a translation matrix. They could generate Berthold rays to scan others and high-energy tachyons to attack. Now, by 2384, a number of Calamarains were amongst the non-corporeal life forms living on the colony world of Avidia 4, along with the Medusans and the Paxons.
Yes, they were shown in Star Trek Prodigy. That's right.
The Medusans. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it. The final scene where Q appears on the bridge with the mariachi band to celebrate his restored powers. It took numerous scenes to get the final result. John Delancey's acting was so over the top, it caused many of the cast and crew to burst out laughing. So finally, director Las Lando used wide camera angles with the actors' backs turned towards the camera for the first half of the scene. During the take to make it, during the take that made it on air, you can see Michael Dorn clearly putting his head down to hide his face because he could not hold back his laughter.
I love that.
Oh man,
not the same show, but in one of my favorite scenes in Friends, it was a tagline where Ross is playing the bagpipes and they pan to all of the friends on the couch, and apparently they had to do it 40 times because everyone was laughing so much. And in the take that they ended up using, you can see Jennifer Aniston laughing, but that everybody else had their best straight face on, so they ended up having to use that. So I imagine they were in the same predicament here. Like Dorn put his head down. They're like, everybody else is good enough. We'll just cut it, print it. Let's go.
And when you're a director, you have you're mandated. You have to shoot like 10, 15 pages a day, or they fire you basically. Yeah. So he's like, all right, this is how we're getting through this. And
this is it. That's what we're doing. We're running out of time.
And it real costs money, so it's just like they're stressing out.
Exactly.
Okay, and let's wrap up the fun facts and get on.
Was there anything about why Wesley Crusher is not in the episode?
No, there was not.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the fun facts there, Adam.
We've got a note from Sam. I've got my 2025 YouTube review, and you guys were my #1 channel.
Nice.
Thanks,
Great.
Sam. You're our #1 fan for sure.
Awesome. Top badge, of course. The TNGs were, we're glad. I remember when we weren't doing the TNG reviews during, I guess it was Strange New Worlds, and Sam was like, when are you coming back with TNG reviews?
Sam's like, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch
showed up for 5 minutes and then left.
Yeah. And Sam also said here, we're only halfway through season 3, and the best is yet to come. Absolutely.
That's so true.
Well, but
That's
this is
true.
one of the best ones. And with
There
that
is some
segue,
crappy ones though coming too. So
we're gonna
No, it's all bangers from here on out.
no, it's not.
not all bangers, but a lot of them. Let's review this episode. Give a rating. You know, when I watched it, I was blown away by how much I enjoyed this. Again,
It's
you know,
just a fun, good episode.
So it's so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm like at a 9.5 on this episode. I think it's got a bit of everything. It's a funny episode, but it's got some really important moral stories and some human moments. So I'm strong on it. Jody,
I gotta give it a I gotta give it a 9.
9 from Jody. Adam.
Oh, this is a solid 10 for me. I love this episode. Still good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Heather.
Yeah, it's a 10 for me too. No notes. Love it.
Nice. And Marcel.
Yeah, same here. 10.
Wow.
10. All
I
right. Well,
remember
that's
this from back then.
it's all damn near perfect score at 9.7. I'm the one, me and Jody bringing it down slightly, but that's okay. It has an 8.5 on IMDb, which for IMDb is very high. I don't think I've seen.
That's damn near unheard.
Only the Measure of a Man so far has a higher rating, and I think that's it.
That's probably
And it's got actually a lot of it's got 4,800 reviews on
Oh,
IMDb,
and
which is a lot.
Q-Who. Yeah, Q-Who is another one that's very highly rated.
Sam's
So-
asking, we're halfway through season. What's the top 5 of season 3?
So far, I guess that would be well, definitely this episode now is number one. Then we have the Defector. Then the Enemy is very highly rated, and
I guess at that
it's a
point
bit of a drop after that. I guess it would be this probably 8.3
Hunted.
for the Hunted, and then the we have tied at the 8 is the High Ground and Who Watches the Watchers.
Okay, I must have not been on Who Watches the Watchers because that is a terrible episode. I don't know why you guys rated it an 8.
I like that episode, Jody.
Because you weren't here to talk shit about it, Jody.
I see. I didn't convince you guys that you're wrong. Okay.
Right. Well, speaking about the rest of season 3, so yeah, this has but strong rating here for tonight. Looking ahead to the next episode in the lineup, an episode we're familiar with here on this channel. It is A Matter of Perspective is the next when season 3, episode 4. 14. Sorry, we just did this as a Star Trek Radio Theater.
I think I was Geordi.
You were Geordi in that one. I played Riker.
I was Manua Apgar.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I spent so much time doing my hair to look like hers with the big like curls and swirls. And then I remembered on Radio Theater we have the script up.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
little
made them
tiny
this big.
you. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I still appreciated it.
It's okay. I took photos.
Just like I appreciate your dress. That's a very shiny dress. It's quite nice.
Thank you.
So I really love that episode myself because it's like a court. I love Law and Order and courtroom dramas.
He says I'm right, which obviously this is a man that knows what he's talking about.
I gave it a 7. I think it's okay. But I wasn't with the rest of the group. But you know that's okay. Everyone has their different preferences, and that's okay. You know, but we all love the
Even
show,
if they're wrong.
regardless. Even if they're wrong
I
to
agree.
you. So
It is good
anyway.
for me.
Also, if you didn't know, just today,
What did I know?
here on this channel, well, I know this would excite you. We just reviewed the trailer, official trailer, and the first clip, sneak peek of the new show, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, which is debuting on January 15th next month. Look at this amazing poster. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What can I say about this?
What can you say about
Academy.
this?
Yeah, Starfleet Academy 90210. Yay.
Yeah, so we just put that up tonight. We were looking at all the scenes there.
Why does she need glasses?
Because, well, we talked about that. Maybe she's got that Captain Kirk allergy to Retinax. But she specifically puts them on to like look at the monitor or whatever with the crew members there.
Like, what does she do normally then? Like, does she just like wing it?
She winces. She squints.
Like, I can't read anything on this display. Somebody tell me.
Yeah. So, but Adam liked what he saw, Jody, but he did not like the poster either.
Jody, I said that poster will never be on my wall ever.
Is a Klingon happy?
He's a medical Klingon, apparently.
He's a what?
He's like a doctor Klingon.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, I think that was it.
They should have just called this Star Trek Feelings. That's all this is going to be.
There was a lot of fears.
You can eye roll all you want. You know damn well this is going to be garbage, and you don't want to admit it.
Hopefully, we get surprised.
Yeah,
maybe you'll be surprised. Like they were all optimistic and open-minded, and I'm
glad you guys were optimistic because we all know how well that's gone over the last.
Jody, I'm tired of being on the dark side. I need to come back.
And this is the hill you decided to go on?
No, right. But this is all we got. This is all we have.
No, you can just rewatch a better series. Again.
Like this one?
Yeah, like this
one. But you can't unsee this part. When you look at the poster and then you look at this old 90210 image.
He's very upset. Stop making him look like
Wow, crazy.
Right?
I knew that looked familiar.
Yeah, like this whole thing.
I already know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's big drama.
That can't be a coincidence. That just
I hated that show in the 90s and the 80s, whenever that was on. I can't stand that guy.
The 90s.
The 90s.
That was the 90s.
No,
they didn't know yet. And so it was. They got to figure it out. Actually, what year did 90210 start? Actually, I'm curious.
It was the 80s.
No, it was the 90s.
No, it was the 90s.
It was like 92.
The original show, like, come on, like 1990. It came out this year. It came out the same year as this episode Deja Q that we just talked about. If you think about it, so
1990. Wow. Fuck.
Yeah. That poster looks like a bunch of college kids hanging out in Dolores Park or something.
Yeah,
well, Starfleet Academy campus. You know, as you do with your friends, you all hang out and thing. 902 and it's inspired by the better show Degrassi. Well, that's true too. Yeah, the Canadian version, which I was a big I was a big Degrassi Junior High fan.
Absolutely.
The original one. Yeah, the original.
Degrassi Street.
Yeah, not the next generation so much.
Kids of Degrassi Street.
Kids of Degrassi Street. We used to watch it in school.
I only watched it when I was in Nova Scotia, like if I was there for the summer, and they would have it on like the ATV, like on like reruns. But we never had it on the Quebec channels for whatever reason. So anyway,
because it was English.
We had some...
les enfants de Degrassi, tu sais, like on n'écoutait pas ça.
She just solved everything for you.
True. Well, we had
now
English,
you know.
We had English channels in Montreal, but I guess we didn't. No one was covering that channel. So,
you guys are so young.
Yeah, some of us more than others, but you know, it's all good. Actually, I think Marcel and I are
stay bitter.
I might be the youngest on the panel tonight. I think you're like 10 minutes older than me, Marcel. So, yeah,
I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
43.
I'm 42 still. I will be 43 in March. So
okay, so close.
Pisces Dave.
I will not be
Pisces power
in March.
Absolutely. All right. And is there anything I forgot? Oh, and then tomorrow night on our Super Mario Bros. Podcast, check out our Survivor coverage for season 49. The Dice cast. I'll be on there. Maybe Jameel Robinson will be there. Maybe
season 49
coming up on 50. Are you excited for 50, Adam?
No.
Yeah, well, they have like 8 seasons a year. Like
two seasons a year.
Whatever.
You know, we got all returning players next season. It's very exciting.
You know what? If you're happy watching it, Dave, I'm happy for you.
Good. It's all about. I like to study humanity and social dynamics and what people do.
Scripted
in different
humanity.
situations. It's not
scripted humanity.
It's unscripted TV.
Stop ripping on Dave and his little surviving show, okay? He likes
his little surviving show.
Yeah,
it's so cute. That little surviving show.
Exactly. Well, all right. Well, with that, we'll leave you with a quote from tonight's episode, and we'll see you next time. Thanks to Heather, Marcel, Jody, and Adam on the panel, and we'll see you next time here on Live Long and Podcast.
I can do anything as little trained minions can do. The captain is merely concerned with your ability to successfully interact with his little trained minions.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mario Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.